to 6 weeks before you complete the course, so that you don't not like rushing in the end. Usually for the local students, graduate nurse program application opens from 30th of May and goes up to 22nd of July 2016. But the private sector, there are you can apply directly to the hospital, and it can vary. So start early, yeah. So I'm covering both local students and international students. Oh, sorry. The application process for local students is quite straightforward. You are supported by a lot of everybody. It's actually through a computer matching program. It's called GNMP Match. You just which hospital do you want to work with? You just put in your details, then you apply directly to the hospital as well. So the website will give you all the information. Also, some hospitals are not included in that GNMP match, so you can apply directly. For example, private hospitals, aged cares, and so on. For international students, I think most of us are international students here. You can apply directly to the public hospitals and private hospitals. Public hospitals, some international students think that they can't get into, but there are some unmatched positions that you can apply to. So contact the hospitals, HR, just put in the resume and CV. Look in the website like Seek, Courier One, I think, and local newspapers and ads. Never ignore rural areas. There are lots of opportunities out there. You can do like a year or so over there and you can always come back, but there are lots of opportunities out there. And after the application process, the interview is the one. Depending on the hospitals, there are some like to do one-to-one interview, some like to do group interview, and some will do panel interview. When I went to St. Vince, they did like a role play kind of interview. So they'll give you a scenario. Some hospitals will have like 3 interviewers. So depending on that, how do you prepare yourself? You have to practice at home. You cannot. I can't stress enough how much you have to practice. What if you are unsuccessful in all these first round, the offers? Don't give up, because beginning is always the hardest. So continue to apply to other hospitals, organizations. There are hundreds out there. Give consideration to working, as I said, in rural, regional areas. It's not very, very rural. You can go to Tasmania, Albury, there are lots of opportunities. Your resume, I can't stress enough, it has to be perfect. Get an expert advice. Demonstrate that you have researched about the hospital, you have researched about what they want, what they are looking for. Do your homework, call the contact person, call HR, and write a separate application for each hospital, because what Austin is asking for and what Alfred is asking for may be different. So you have to write a separate application to each hospital, because their values and everything is very totally different. Now you have a graduate year position. What next? So there are lots of opportunities out there. It's not only about looking patient by the bedside. I work as an NM and I'm into management as well. I'm a CNS as well, and I guide nurses, student nurses, new graduates, new staff. So there are lots of opportunities out there. You can work as a paramedic. You can go into paramedics. You can go to public sector, community nurses, mental health nurses. Sky's the limit. I've got it from Royal Children's Hospital flowchart. This is just you can go into management, go to executive level. Most of the hospitals are run by all the nurses. All the executives are nurses. Clinical, you can go be a nurse practitioner, professional of nursing. You can do PhD in public health or whatever. Clinical educator, facilitator. So there's lots of opportunities out there. It's not only about looking after the patient. So after this, I'm just going to share a few tips to the new nurses, to the new graduates. It's very scary. I was a grad, so it's very scary, and it's okay to be scared. Always. So I'm just going to talk about what the hospital, what the organization is looking for, and in a graduate nurse as well. They know that you're new. They're not going to expect a lot, but always work within your scope of practice. Be safe. follow the hospital procedure and policy and procedure. All the hospitals are different. For example, you've done an IV cannulation as a division 2 in other hospitals. That doesn't mean you can do in other hospitals. So every hospital is different. So always check the policy and procedure. Always ask questions. The more the better, because as a grad, if you're not asking questions, that means something is not quite right. So always ask questions. Ask for help. Nursing is all about teamwork. Don't be scared to ask help. For example, to roll a patient and roll by yourself and then you hurt your back. Always ask for help. Be patient with yourself. You can see like senior nurses and like, oh, I don't know anything. You'll get there. It's just a beginning. Build good relationship with colleagues, doctors, allied health. You'll need them. Keep learning, because as a grad, it's like another year of learning. Lots of competencies. You cannot just assume. You have to, like, for medications, oh, I know this medication, maybe this is this. You cannot do that. You have to be perfect. You have to be like, you have to know.